So here I am. I'm beginning to put the short block back together after checking the bearings in the mains. They seemed okay. The rod bearings, not so much. So this was a running 347 with an on-3 single turbo kit. And I decided to tear it down completely after I blew a head gasket to inspect everything. And it's a good thing I did. Pretty much all the rod bearings were fairly wiped out. All the nickel coating was off of the tri-layer bearings. I had initially made this video and some clips were included that showed the bearings, but somehow or another that footage got deleted and it's no longer here. So this is me putting the short block back together, and that's about it. Alright. Mains are back on. I know, probably gonna hear some people say something about the cheap ass ring compressor I'm using, but they work. So, new bearings. It really should be all to the same tolerance. You know, given a difference of maybe a couple 10 thousandths. But it shouldn't make any difference if our machining tolerances are where they should be. Just in case you're watching this and wondering why I'm doing this, that top coat is nickel, then steel, then copper. As you can see, it wore a little bit through the nickel layer, and just kind of some like scratchy marks. So again, $40 for a little bit of insurance. It looks like this may be a new design for their little oil port. So we'll take a look. We'll install these and then see how the motor feels afterwards. All the way around, I know I got my oil ring as well. Should be able to just give it a little tappy tap. type performance. And here's the point in the video where I started rambling about prices that people are asking about for their Fox body Mustangs, even 4 cylinders with, you know, beat up, clapped out 2.3 liters, and just how ridiculous some of the prices are for these pieces of scrap metal that people have that they think they're worth their weight in gold. But anyways, not really talking about anything important here, so I kind of muted it and decided to do this voiceover here. I'm getting this second bank of this small block put together now. And after that, I guess we'll see what else I have to say. Probably not too much important stuff, not while I'm putting the motor together. Just kind of go off on some rants and some nonsense. But anyways. Although, I think the guy I bought this from, I don't think he ever planned on turboing or supercharging or anything like that. I don't think he planned on doing any of that to the engine. But maybe the engine builder said, well, you know what, like, we're gonna make it to where if they ever do, it's no big deal. And so, yeah, the ring end gap on the top ring is just over 24 thousandths. What felt like maybe just a touch more clearance. My sinus is all funky. It's even some. That's why I need to double check that stuff, because boy was I off. They are 25. Well, stock is 20 to 25, but these aren't anything special, so. But okay, well, short block is put back together and everything is torqued down. Well, it should be. The old WD-40 will clean out anything. Guess I should find some. I have some around here somewhere. I just don't know where the hell it's at. And if I do have it, oh, there it is. Oh, red Loctite. Before I put that on there, let's make sure I can actually get this threaded in now. Make sure all that shit's out of these threads. There we go. Alright, threads are cleaned out. That's another, if I can make a tip right now, if I can give anybody a tip, if there's somebody watching this and you can't get something to thread in, the worst thing you could ever do is get something more powerful to jam it in there. If you can't get something to thread in, that means there is mechanically something wrong. There is something not right. There is either some debris in the threads, or there is a boogered up thread, a flat thread that won't allow you to thread it in. Find out what size the thread is, what size it's supposed to be. Tap and die. Clean the threads. cut threads, recut threads. But don't ever go get at the impact and try to ram jam that thing in there. It's like the worst thing you could ever do. Try to do this as smoothly as possible when you do this stuff, when you're torquing stuff, so you're not getting like skewed readings. That's that. All right, per ARP's installation instructions for their head studs, the stud should only be fastened into the block hand tight only. Now, if the threads are all clean, you should be able to basically seat them all the way by hand, and that shouldn't be a problem. But, so that being said, whenever you install these, that would be a good time to make sure everything goes down to the same level, making sure they're all secured in place, down to the same depth in the threads. If not, probably need to pull them out, chase those threads again, and try it again. And since these bottom bolt holes are not blind, meaning they are open to the water jacket, I'm going to be using a thread sealer to seal those into the block. And they do have a hex head, so an Allen head on the inside. So that is the tool that will be used to install these. Could have sworn this was a standard size. Oh, it is 3/16. Yep, okay, that's right. So I'll just use this so I can actually spin it, but only go hand tight to seat it. These shorter ones for this head stud kit on the small block Ford, there's a long and a short. These will be on the outer edge. These are the ones that will be in the center of the cylinder head. So let's get going on that. Then I'll naturally just kind of smear that stuff around. Already. This is one that I cleaned out, and for some reason it's giving me a little feedback. Getting a little resistance, no problem. Some of these others back out and look at them. And here with these top holes, I just use a Q-tip to kind of clean out some of the remaining brake parts cleaner or cleaning solution that is in these bolt holes. I just think it's best practice to have the bolt holes dry, no fluid sitting in there. It's just best practice to do so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it may be bad to have fluid sitting down in those bolt holes and then trapping it in there while cinching down some head studs. So I just took the extra step real quick to grab some Q-tips, clean out any remaining nonsense in there, and honestly, it just makes me feel better. So you do what you want to do, but this just made me feel better about the whole situation. Anyways, just if anyone was curious what I was doing. These are 7/16 studs. If you ever buy these, they always come with this package of bushings. 351 head. It would use a 1/2-inch stud. So it goes into a head for a 351 to use on a 302. Some heads just they have that, they require it. I think the heads that I have are capable of going on the 351. They already have the bushings installed. Could be wrong, but I think that's right. These are some AFR 185s. They need to be cleaned up, which I'll get to doing right now.
That's probably the reason why I need another can of brake parts cleaner, but probably be okay. Just using a razor blade.
I don't remember what I'm running my mouth about here. Probably just some nonsense about importance of cleaning out off gaskets and not letting it get into certain ports, etc., or blowing it out to get it out. Anyways, this is just me cleaning up the cylinder head. Nothing too exciting. Probably not talking about too much more exciting stuff, so we're going to kind of fast forward through this and get to installing this cylinder head. Now these head gaskets are 100% symmetrical, meaning ports and everything match up. Of course, these have to be at the back. For coolant to return, you want them blocked off at the front, which is weird. I don't know why they have them there then if you want them blocked off, but anyways, the gaskets are labeled front. Front can go down. But but that's multi-layer steel. These are 030, so 30 thousandths compressed thickness. So, but anyways, we got front. Here's the front. Be sure if you're putting ARP bolts or heads or studs, hardware anywhere on the motor, use the lubricant, the thread lubricant, the NSC's lubricant that they provide. I mean, you already paid for it, and it's pretty important. You know, you're torquing down cylinder heads and this kind of stuff. You know, they've engineered these things to work with this stuff. It may not work as advertised if you don't do it the way you're supposed to. So on the threads and under the face of the nut, these bushings are kind of the built-in washer. So just use it. Don't put this stuff on dry. Don't just use motor oil like, oh, that's good enough. I would say motor oil is definitely an inferior method over the NSC's lubricant that they provide, the fastener assembly lubricant, but it's a lot like NSC's. I mean, even if you don't use what they provide, put some NSC's on it. Use some sort of a lubricant other than like motor oil. There might be professional engine builders or something who disagree. I don't know, but I'm one of those. I like to do things the way the manufacturer of a part tells you to do it. You know, they obviously, I mean, someone like ARP, they've spent a lot of time and money developing these products. Do this. This is the way it's designed to work. I just don't recommend going out and running your own show. Like, I'm gonna do what I want. Okay. I'm sure there's somebody out there watching me right now going, yeah, that's pointless. That's stupid. Okay. You do whatever you want to do. And you know, you may have to find out the hard way. There are some things in life I had to find out the hard way. You know? Before I figured out that, you know what, a lot of the times, there's good reasoning for why things are done a certain way. There's one cylinder head on. I'm tired. You know, I work a full-time job, like most people do who have a car hobby. Otherwise, how do you afford this kind of crap? Wake up early, work long hours, and then try to find the motivation to do this stuff at night. Sometimes I just want to come home and sit on the couch, watch TV, do absolutely nothing. Somebody may laugh. I'm laughing at myself. Pretty pathetic. But I actually think I am going to call it quits for tonight. So it is 8 o'clock. I I gotta get up early. I still need to clean myself and wind down. So I think I'm gonna stop right there. So in about 5 seconds, you're gonna see me tomorrow night back at it. Thinking about TV land. If anyone's even watching this. That's it for tonight. Good night, everybody.